In this video, we're focusing on vanilla Empire builds in Stellaris. No mods, no DLCs, just the base game. Now, most of these builds are theory crafted based on the available civics and my experience with the game. I will list the civics, ethics, and authority for each build and how I recommend you play it. I won't include origins, but feel free to play around with them. So go ahead and try these out and tell me how they work for you. I'm taking the same approach to this as I did with my fleet and ship videos. I have not tested every single one, but I feel I have a good idea of what works and what does not. Here are some builds you can try. First build I have for you is what I call the Warlord build. This makes claiming other Empire systems and expanding much cheaper, so you can easily spam claim huge chunks of enemy territory. The starbase cost reduction from Xenophobe makes claiming unowned systems faster, so you can get next to enemy territory and start claiming it right from the beginning. Ship fire rate is also maximized. Your ships will do a lot more damage. Your war exhaustion will be significantly reduced, so you can fight longer before you are forced into peace. Imperial authority gives you even more influence to claim and expand your empire through the fleet power you'll be pumping out from the beginning. The next build is the Technological Liberty build. We have some extra research speed, a ton of unity, and research potential. The high specialist output greatly increases unity, research, strategic resources, consumer goods, and alloys. This build should be an economical powerhouse. Not only will you get ahead technologically and learn traditions faster than other empires, you should have tons of alloys to build ships and megastructures. Make sure you pick up the academic privilege living standard for maximum research. For the third civic, I would pick Parliamentary System for a ton more unity. Consider using robots, though it is not required. Now for the Enslaving Influence build. The goal of this build is to expand as fast as you can and enslave as many pops as you can. After you have expanded as far as possible, then start claiming and taking over enemy territory and enslaving them. Make sure you have a strong fleet at all times. This is a great build to manipulate the galactic community and subject agreements. Pick the domination tradition for the influence gain and massive council XP bonuses as your first pick. Pick diplomatic corps and pompous purist as your second and third civics. Next is the max tech build. The goal of this build is to get as many tech bonuses as possible. This all but requires taking the discovery tradition immediately for 2 more research alternatives right at the start of the game. Make sure you pick a scientist as your ruler. Set the academic privilege living standard at the start of the game. Build as many research labs right from the beginning, and you will get new tech and be further ahead than other empires. You will get further and further ahead as the game progresses, provided you keep building labs. The next build is the Diplomatic Trade build. Like trade but don't have any DLC? Don't worry, I got you. To make this work, pick up the Mercantile tradition and select Adaptive Economic Practices. Set the trade policy to consumer benefits so you can start getting consumer goods from your trade value. You won't need technicians, you won't need a lot of factories. Use all those envoys to force other empires to be friends with you. Remember, you can assign multiple envoys to the same empire, not just one. You can and should also trade belligerent empires 10 favors as well. Very rarely has an empire stayed mad at me for long doing this. Then, of course, get into as many commercial pacts as you can. This is where the additional influence from authoritarian and imperial authority comes in. The extra influence will pay for all those commercial packs. Just make sure you have a strong fleet. The next build is the Inward Perfection build. Choose this if you want to build your empire and ignore other empires. I chose Meritocracy for this build. The output bonus is just too good. The third civic is Parliamentary System. I strongly recommend building defenses in addition to fleets. See my defense video for more info on that. I picked Democratic for the Parliamentary System civic. That's it for now. I might do a part 2 sometime in the future, but that is all the builds I can think of that really give you a large advantage in the game. Some of these builds should work well with DLC too, so all you base game players tell me, did this work for you? Are there other vanilla builds that have worked for you that aren't in here? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure there are other combinations. One last thing, whatever build you choose, make sure your civics, authority, ethics, and stats synergize well together. Also, when making any vanilla build, make sure that you are getting plenty of bonuses to research, unity, and/or influence or resource output. With a few exceptions, stack these if you can. That's it. If you like my stuff, you know what to do. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.